Hey guys, Matt here. And I was online talking to the guys on Disc Golf Course Review the other day, and I wanted to find out what everyone thought the best throwing putters of all time were. I put up a poll, invited people to write in whatever disc they wanted, and had a lot of great options out there. You know, Innova AVR, all the putters from Discraft, Gateway, all the great options from the MVP companies. And at the end of the day, I was planning on doing like 6 to 8 discs from different companies, but at the end of the day, the poll had a very clear opinion on 2 discs that they thought were much better than the entire rest of the field. And that is the Gateway Wizard and the Axiom Envy. So I have 3 of each. For Gateway, I've got 2 of the nylon Winter Wizards. They're both max weight or close to it, 174, 175, and an older Evo Wizard. Got the Ring of Pandas from Pandemonium Disc. And then I've got a pair of Electron Envies that are also 173, 174. And then a slightly worn in Glow Eclipse Envy. So I've got essentially 2 pretty fresh base plastics in both, and 1 slightly more premium blend that's been beat in a little bit. I'm gonna try these guys on several different lines and tell you of the 2 discs that Disc Golf Course Review thinks are the 2 best throwing putters of all time, which one I think is. Let's take a look. Okay, so on the backhand hyzer, 2 of my Wizards didn't do so good. The Panda and one of the Winter Wizards ones went about 230, a little bit over that, and didn't get them out there that well. One of them I flipped a little too much, but overall, not too bad. But one of them went 290 and a nice hyzer flip, so fantastic throw there. My shortest one was the barely thrown Envy there. It's my first throw with it, actually. It was 250, but the other 2, the Eclipse and the other Electron, were right at 290, 285 for the Eclipse, 290 for the Electron. So overall, the Envies in aggregate performed a little better than the Wizards, but not by a whole lot, and both of them had one really long, nice throw. I'm gonna try a forehand with these and see what we think about them on that line. Okay, so on the forehands, tale of 2 completely different discs here. The Wizards were all fine. They were all nice little hyzer flips up between 205 and 235, but I really felt like they were super wobbly due to the bead and the slope top. If you watched one of my how to throw a forehand videos, those are 2 things I don't love in a forehand disc. So perfectly serviceable shot, useful for a lot of holes, but I had to hyzer flip them or they would flip, and didn't love the feel for a forehand. The Envy, on the other hand, they were all grouped within 10 feet laterally and 260 to 265 vertically. They were all perfect. They were all what you want of a throwing putter. Gave them a little bit of hyzer, they rode out, not much flutter, and settled right down. Super great shot with all 3 of these. Really like those a lot. So far, I'm giving the edge to the Envies a little bit. Might be a little bit of personal preference, I like the feel better. but I'm going to use a shot that I think people do a lot with approach discs, and that's a backhand hyzer into the basket. I'm going to try to land them as close to 235 feet as possible because I feel like that's a shot people are using these a lot for. Okay, so my throws got cut a little bit short with the weather getting a little bit rough, but I gotta say both those discs are freaking great. The Wizard has shown why it's one of the most used approach discs of all time, and I know some of you old school guys will probably say, it's just a clone of a Big Beat AVR. I think it's a little more than that. The top has a little bit tighter wing, it holds stability a little bit better, and I would say it's a better putting putter than the old Big Beat AVRs or AVR drivers they're typically labeled these days. But gosh, the Envy, as far as a do-it-all disc, it can do it all. I was much more comfortable forehanding it. The Big Beat and slightly lower top edge of the Wizard make it a little harder to forehand. I couldn't really push it much over 235 forehand, and it was pretty wobbly due to the fact that my grip was not as comfortable. Gosh, so they're both really good. The Envy has a little bit of special magic to me. It was by and large longer than the Wizard. I think it's a touch faster due to its more modern svelte shape, but you couldn't really go wrong with either one. It's kind of like the best of the old school versus the best of the modern crop, and I don't think anything has come out since the Envy that is clearly better in that slot. I tried a lot of discs, you guys recommended a lot, but nothing even came close to the amount of recommendations that the Wizard and the Envy got. I gotta say, for me, the Envy is the winner. You can't go wrong with the Wizard. I really liked it. It did a lot of things really well, but the Envy was fantastic, and I'm gonna throw one back in my bag for a while. Those backhand shots with it were just so bullet straight. I think I can find some uses for it. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.